All right, round three, guys. I've been having a little bit of technical difficulties today, so if you have been tuning in earlier, welcome back. I'm Christina Rose, digital marketing strategist and coach, and I am super excited to share with you something that I've been working on for the past few days, and that has really sort of helped me get through, some kind of challenging situations. And excuse me, I'm trying to actually move my computer notes here. But yeah, I'm super, super excited to share this with you because it's really helped me the past few days. Basically, it's a series of questions. I'm going to kind of explain a little bit about that in a second. But definitely listen in, because if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're an online business owner, if you're a coach, a consultant, if you're somebody that is the driving force behind your business, if it's basically you and just you, or you and a team, obviously when you are down for the count, nothing's happening if you're down for the count, especially if you're a solopreneur, especially if you don't really have anyone helping you, any assistance or anything like that. Like, if you're not operating at your best, then your business probably isn't doing too much either. So that whole concept, that actually was happening to me, and I was feeling even worse, like, by the day, because I was getting stressed out about something going on with my family, and that was affecting my ability to for one thing, I was having trouble sleeping. I wasn't really that hungry because, it was really stressing me out, this whole situation. And I'm sure you've been in a similar position. So when that happens, it tends to end up throwing off other areas of, your life, whether it's physically or, emotionally. And then you're just kind of like, sort of like a snowball effect, if you're not like really nipping it in the bud, if you're not handling it right away, it's just typically going to get like a little worse until something happens that is making it better. And a lot of times, why not just be that something that is making it better? Or why not check in with yourself, make it a habit every day? And that's why I put this whole motivation marathon challenge together. So that's what I'm calling it. It's a 30-day motivation marathon challenge, and I'm inviting you to join it with me, because I'm actually doing this myself too, and it's been going great the past few days. And it's really sort of like made me be like, all right, like, you're right, like I should have eaten a proper breakfast, and I probably wouldn't feel this way. You really have to kind of get in the habit of parenting yourself, of being your own parent. And that sounds kind of weird, but that's really the best way I can describe it. When you're like really just able to take your intuition, your inner self, that sort of like wise guiding light within you, believe me, it exists. If you think it doesn't, like, just PM me. It definitely is there, just might be hidden by a mask of some other stuff. So when you're able to sort of like take that inner wisdom and listen to it, some amazing things can happen. And a lot of that is just being able to take care of yourself properly. And, it sounds a lot easier than it can be sometimes, especially when we're going through something really challenging. So I really hope this helps you. It's really helped me a lot. One of the things that you have to remember, that especially if you're a business owner, that's kind of one of the reasons I'm making these videos, is specifically for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for people that are trying to like create something, to create abundance for themselves and their family, to follow their life's purpose, whatever that may be. If that's you, and you've been feeling sort of down, or you've had those moments of feeling very demotivated because of what's going on around you in your life, I really urge you to listen in, because this series of questions is probably going to help you address some of that if you haven't already realized it. It definitely, like I said, has helped me. So like I said, I actually can't remember if I said this on this video or the other live video that had the technical issues, but if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a copy of the 30-day marathon or 30-day motivation marathon challenge that has all these questions listed out. So, if you want to take some notes, take some notes. It's a lot easier actually if you just join the Facebook group that I'm going to be linking in the comments, because that is where I'm going to be actually posting this PDF too, with all of these questions detailed on it. And what I would like to do as well is also have a little PDF on there of, ones that you can kind of print out and like maybe give to some family and friends that maybe it could help, because that's the whole reason that I'm doing this. And with that being said, like, as this video continues, if you find that it is helping you in some way, if you know of a business owner, an entrepreneur, or somebody that needs to see this, somebody that needs to hear these questions, that needs to ask themselves these questions, maybe that person is you, maybe it's a loved one, share it with them. Because the reason that I'm doing these videos isn't just to sit up here and talk, guys. I say this every time. It's to create a conversation. It's to create a dialogue. It's to really help people work through like their inner shit, because trust me, dude, like, I've been going at it, and it's like, it's a process, and you really are never fully done, I feel like, working on yourself. There's always going to be something, but the question is just, how do you deal with it? So learning some tools like this to help you deal with some of those challenging times is really going to make you rebound, get back out there a lot faster. especially for me, at least. I really feel like a lot of you will resonate with me on this. If you do, comment. If you're, an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's me, or oh, hey, yeah, I've been there. Definitely let me know. And also let me know as I'm going through this list of questions if there is anything that you guys think I should add. I'm really open to feedback. That's the whole reason I'm doing this right now, to get some kind of feedback on it and see, like, does this really help people as much as it's been helping me? I really hope so. So let me know. So basically, the whole goal is to just bring everything back to you. Just to remember that, even like above your family and your business and everything going on in your life, if you're not actually like, focusing on yourself, if you're not functioning in like tip-top shape, mentally, physically, emotionally, you're going to be affected. And a lot of times if you're a business owner, that effect goes straight to your bottom line. So we don't want that to happen, right? We want to keep staying productive, pipelines. We want to just, keep business moving. And that's really challenging to do if you're sort of being held down by some of this stress. So like I said, I'm doing this challenge myself as well. I invite you to join me. And, last week I've been in a little bit of a funk. That's why I developed these questions. I was like, I need to create a method like right now to get out of this headspace. And I have the tools and resources, that I've learned through other things as well that have been helping me. But I really just kind of realized, okay, I need to like address, where is this unmanaged stress? How can I be like feeling good, all the time, physically, emotionally, mentally? And a part of it just goes to addressing where there's like unmanaged stress in your life. So it's really hard to trust your inner emotions. A lot of times, if you're depleted in some way, if you're stressed out or worried about another situation, it's also sort of, affecting your thought process in that, like, you start to have some more self-doubt, especially if it's something financial. You might start to doubt yourself. You might start to have like imposter syndrome. I know that definitely happens to me. I've actually even read about super successful people, celebrities even, that have that imposter syndrome, that have that inner self-doubt. It can happen at whatever level you are in your life. And it usually happens to everybody at one point or another. But the question is, what are you doing with that information? When you're having those doubts, what are you doing with that information? Are you acting on, going in a direction that's going to help remove those doubts? Even if it's that down to just basic, taking care of yourself. So it's hard to trust your emotions when you're depleted in this way. And that's why I kind of developed this framework, is to help me in my own entrepreneurial journey. So I really hope it helps you too. And I'll be launching this formally a little bit later this year, kind of a little bit more structured, but I really want to test out, like, does this really help people? So if it does, please, please, please let me know, and tell me how. That would literally, if it helps one person, like, oh my God, like if it helps one person other than me, totally happy. So the Motivation Marathon Challenge is designed to address where you have unmanaged stress in your life. So the goal is to figure that out by asking yourself these questions, and then, address that stress, so then you're able to reclaim that mental capacity and be more motivated and like less weighed down in general by, whatever that issue was. So how to participate. So participation is really easy. You just get the questions and then you ask yourself them every day for 30 days. Like, pretty easy, right? Maybe I'll make some more like rules the next time I do this or something, but no, that's pretty basic. You can get the list by going to my Facebook group. I'll link it in the comments. And yeah, each day you're going to set a reminder on your phone, or at least that's what I would recommend, to ask yourself these following questions over, the next, like, basically for like the previous 3 days. So every day you're going to say, okay, in the last 3 days, have I, and then like go through the list of questions. So this really helps to do like a check-in with yourself in the morning after whatever your normal morning routine is, or, maybe in the middle of the day. At the very least, I would definitely just recommend having them on hand, so then you can just kind of ask yourself them whenever you're sort of in a funk. If you're like, okay, like, the inner doubt starting to creep in, or imposter syndrome starting to creep in, or, I'm not feeling motivated to tackle this project, or I'm just kind of feeling like, whatever, anything. If you're just feeling like in a funk, then just whip out these questions, ask yourself them, and just address it and move on. Because learning the pathway to do that, and like, I guess because I've been doing just like so much, I've been researching, doing so much reading, I've been going through a lot of this stuff, like it started to come a lot more naturally to me, but it didn't used to. So I really hope this stuff helps you. So ask yourself these questions anytime you feel sort of out of balance. And here it goes. So here are the questions for Motivation Marathon Challenge. In the last 3 days, how much and to what consistency have you been sleeping? How much have you been drinking? How much water have you been drinking? Have you been drinking at least 64 ounces, or which is like the 8 glass rule that, everybody says. Have you been drinking at least that? I mean, I try to drink a whole gallon every day personally. It's really hard. But yeah, okay, so what is your food intake and nutrition been like? Has it been something that's actually like, an optimal way to nourish your body? I know for me, gluten does not really do me well at all for a lot of different reasons that I won't go into right now. But yeah, what it does is it also sort of like puts me in a brain fog and like sort of it like affects like my mental clarity. And I've heard that from other people too. So, but sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I really need to eat this piece of pizza right now. And then I do it and I usually regret it. And because a couple of days later, I start to really feel it. So what has your food or nutrition intake been like? It's important. The same thing with sleeping or drinking water. I mean, drinking water is the most basic thing you have got to do to stay alive, right? And staying super hydrated really does affect your energy levels, your mental capacity. You do start to feel some brain fog when you're dehydrated. Same thing with sleeping. Maintaining, somewhat, at least hopefully a consistent sleep schedule definitely affects your circadian rhythm, and then also affects, your hormone production, your neurotransmitter production, and yeah, that can even go down to the foods you take too. So, do some research on that if you're not familiar, or contact a nutritionist, which is not me. I know it works for me. Have you been appropriately taking any medications for your personal medical or mental wellness? So I included this question because I know that I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of loved ones that are on some type of medication, whether if it's a chronic physical illness or a chronic mental illness, they're on some type of medicine. And it's very important to make sure that you're taking that, every day, obviously. Maybe even setting alarms on your phone for that as well. So next question, have you meditated on the sound of your own deep breathing or a guided meditation? And there's a lot of you out there that are gonna be like, whoa, Christina, you moved to California, you get it all hippie on me with the meditation and everything, it's new age stuff. I promise you, like, just try it. Literally, if you are feeling like you have, you're stressed out, like before you go to work, do it in the morning in the car before you go into work. Like that used to work wonders for me. And yeah, just give it a shot. Because honestly, what do you have to lose? Like if what you have to gain by like implementing some meditation practices is more mental clarity, increased focus, just kind of a more sort of relaxed demeanor and just a general ability to be more productive because you're not like in like a total stress ball scenario, then why not just give it a shot, guys? So have you exercised, done yoga, going to the gym, or at least stretched recently? So this is super big. Obviously, you guys know that exercise is good for your mental well-being. It's pretty kind of common knowledge at this point, and obviously physical being. So yeah, I mean, I definitely need to get some cardio going on. I may look in shape, but I'm not. If the zombie apocalypse happened, I would be going down. So yeah, so I got to get on that a little bit harder. But yeah, I'm at least stretching. So stretching every morning is definitely at the very least a good thing. It's going to just help you feel a bit better, especially if you have lower back tightness or anything like that. Stretching is great. Have you have you journaled or expressed your feelings in another healthy way? So journaling has become very big for me, honestly, mainly with a business journal. I have been writing in my business journal sort of more than my personal journal lately, so I guess I should probably, put a little time there as well. But journaling is really good. For my business journal, what I've been doing is writing down, what I accomplished that day, because a lot of times, like, I just do so many projects, and I honestly feel like I probably have like undiagnosed ADD, because I'm literally just like jumping from one thing to another a lot of times when I'm working on a project. And yeah, like, thank God for Trello and Google Docs, but being able to have a list of everything that I accomplished that day, or even if it's your household chores or, some other stuff, write down what you actually like got done, or have that to-do list and cross things off, whatever works for you, because that feels good when you're actually able to see like, okay, like I'm getting stuff done. I actually didn't waste the whole day. And before I started doing that, I would be in a state of mind where I would have worked for like 10 hours on my computer on like different business things, but then I'd be like, what did I actually do? Like, I feel like I just like, and I wasn't really sure. But when I started writing it down, I'm like, oh, okay, I actually did make a lot of progress in a few different projects. So highly recommend that. Okay, so have you written down your major goals each morning. And this is one I learned from Grant Cardone. He does this. He's like, if you wanted to Google him, he's like a master salesman, master kind of like well, now I guess like internet marketing. He's very kind of an omnipresence. He's like literally everywhere. He is very well known for his like work in the real estate industry as well. But he is, you know, really much a go-getter. And one of his recommendations is to write down your goals every morning on a legal pad or, you know, notebook or whatever. So I definitely recommend this. I actually did this for a while. I haven't started doing it as part of this challenge yet. So it's my goal today to actually start writing my goals because it does actually really help when you're writing your goals every morning. When you're writing down like your major goal, like, you know, what is your big goal? Like, you know, in the next like, you know, year, 5 years, whatever. And then you're maybe writing down like a few smaller ones if you want to kind of get technical, but just sort of having that general direction, reinforcing that every morning, and then looking at that every morning and writing that every morning, it really helps you to kind of stay motivated on that track. And it kind of keeps you in the headspace of thinking, is what I'm doing right now actually getting me closer to these goals, or is it just some other random stuff that like I kind of shouldn't be focusing on? I really kind of need to be focusing on like the stuff that's getting me to my goals. Like that's how I'm gonna get there, right? So yeah, really recommend that. And you know, it feels good. The more that you keep reinforcing this in yourself, the more that you keep reinforcing like this is my goal, this is what I'm going to do, the bigger I feel like your motivation is in terms of like internally, because you keep reinforcing it every day. So have you interacted with your social circle or connected with a trusted friend? So this is really big for, you know, all my music producer friends out there, all of my entrepreneur friends out there, especially if you're a solopreneur or somebody that's traveling and just, you know, working on your own. It's very, very easy to isolate yourself in your business or in your creativity and just sort of be like really just like grinding stuff out like on your computer all the time, not wanting to even really make plans with anybody because you'd rather be working. And it's really important to just still like take that time to step away and actually have your own set of friends. You know, myself, speaking for myself at least, like I tend to like hang out with my partner a lot and our DJ crew, which is like a lot of his friends. And it's awesome. We have a great time. We DJ together. We have fun. But I also am really realizing that I need to like reconnect with like a lot of my own social circle and like the social circle that I'm even like building online of these like amazing other entrepreneurs and these amazing other internet marketers and people that I'm sort of been really building a network with lately. So a lot of that's online. So, you know, having some people in person, it's just good. It's just getting out, talking to a trusted friend, having somebody that you can sort of confide in is very important. And, you know, having that sort of support directly in like multiple areas. Just remember that like no matter what the situation is, only having like one or two people where you really feel like that support, you know, that definitely is, that definitely can be challenging, you know, so. And, you know, hey, if you need somebody, PM me. Like literally why I'm doing these videos is to like help other people, because I've just discovered things that have worked for me and I want to share them with you because maybe they'll work for you too. Hopefully that's the goal, right? So have you written down your major goals each morning? Have you interacted with your social circle or connected with a trusted friend? Have you spent time in nature, or at the least got some sunshine and literal fresh air? Everybody knows sun's good for you. I mean, I've read it in scientific journals that sunlight creates vitamin D. Vitamin D is linked with, you know, increase in light in vitamin D is linked with a decrease in like depression symptoms. So you can look that up too. But yeah, just getting out in the sun and actually breathing the fresh air. It can get stuffy in your house, you know, just get outside. It really, really helps. If you got a dog, great, go for a run with a dog. So have you laughed, like really laughed, or had a deep belly laugh? And you know, that can kind of come in waves too. You know, when you're stressed out, it's harder to sort of even find things funny, you know? And I'll still find things funny, but I'll just kind of be like, oh, that's funny, but it's like not really producing that belly laughter. You know, when you hang out with like a really good friend or somebody that, you know, you're really close to, or you've watched like a really good comedy show, or you know, you heard a really funny joke and you're just having that really, really like infectious laughter. Yeah, whatever that is for you that helps you get there, like get there. And totally disclaimer too, before I kind of continue on with the last few questions here. I know that due to some conditions, it's impossible to do all of these every single day or be on top of these every single day. Mental health has been a topic that's been hit me very close to home due to several family members' conditions. And yeah, I am sure that there's a lot of you out there that, you know, maybe it's yourself, you know, even myself, honestly, you know, just in terms of like staying motivated, like that's why I ended up on this journey, is because I learned, you know, okay, I need to be able to maintain my own mental wellness separate from the things that are going on in my life, and, you know, maintain this like, state, or like get to this state, or, you know, stay in it, whatever. And where I feel that no matter what life is throwing at me, you know, I can handle that. And it's funny because a lot of times, like, I can be in some crazy situation. You know, I've had to like change my tire on the freeway with like no shoulder, like, you know, like dangerous stuff, and I am cool as a cucumber. You know, you put me in like a dangerous situation or something, like shit's hitting the fan, like in that capacity, yeah, I'm chill, and I just handle it, you know? But then when it comes to anything involving a personal relationship in my life, it just really affects me like so deeply. And, you know, I just, it can knock me down for days, like stuff with somebody that I care about. So that probably, if you resonate with that, you know, let me know. That was one thing that I'm trying to kind of cross the bridge. I'm like, okay, you know, if it's possible to be in this state of mind when, like, you know, there's a true emergency, I should be able to maintain that in any state, right? So what part of these questions that I've created is to kind of help me stay in like the most balanced state. So I really hope that they're helpful to you. And yeah, just take them for what they are. They are just a list of ways to check in with yourself. And, you know, no matter, I feel like, where you are in your life, you know, whether you feel like you're not quite there yet, like, or you like have these big dreams and aspirations that you're looking to conquer, or maybe you're already super successful, you know, whatever the case is, like, everybody needs to check in with themselves if they really want to be functioning at their absolute best. So how to get the Motivation Marathon Blueprint. So guys, if you want a list of these questions that I'm about to go through here, just go to my Facebook group. I'm going to link it in the comments, and join the group. I'm going to be sharing it there later on this weekend. So I'll be sharing the Motivation Marathon Blueprint. You can get it in my group, as I said. And yeah, I can also email it to you. So if you, for some reason, don't have Facebook, or I guess you obviously have Facebook if you're here, but if you don't use Facebook that much, if you want me to email it to you, just PM your email address and I will send it over to you. So I'm going to go through the questions one more time to kind of wrap up this video. I know I gave some explanations for those along the way. So if you'd like to hear them one more time, listen in, guys. How much to what consistency have you been sleeping? Have you drank at least 64 ounces or a half gallon, 8-ounce glass minimum of water each day over the past few days? What has your food intake, nutrition level been like? Has been optimal way to nourish yourself, nourish your body? Have you been appropriately taking any medications for your personal, medical, mental wellness? Maybe even if that's vitamins or supplements that really work for you and are helping you. You know, have you been appropriately taking those? When was the last time, if not? Have you meditated on the sound of your own deep breathing or a guided meditation recording at least once in the last 3 days, if not every day? Definitely recommend every day. Have you exercised, done yoga, or at the very least stretched recently? Have you journaled or expressed your feelings in another healthy way? Have you written down your major goals each morning? Have you interacted with your social circle or connected with a trusted friend? Have you spent time in nature, or at the least gone outside for some sunshine and literal fresh air? Have you laughed, like had a really deep belly laugh? Have you helped someone? Even if it's something simple, like helping another business friend by giving them advice on like a Facebook forum, or maybe donating to a nonprofit, or buying someone in need some food. You know, anything counts really if you just feel good about it, you know, and it's just like helping someone generally feels good. Now, I recommend, like, you know, finding somebody that really needs your help, or just like if they come across you, if you cross paths with somebody that needs your help, take a second to help them, you know, because somebody would hopefully do it for you, right? Have you, and the last question here that I actually didn't mention earlier, have you drank alcohol or indulged in other substances? So, you know, for me, I decided for the most part to like stop drinking. I'll still like have a glass of wine every once in a while, but I just realized that like the next day, the following days, I just didn't feel that great. And, you know, maybe like it was like a hangover thing. You know, I definitely just didn't feel like at my A game. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to lose any productivity over like, you know, having too many drinks. So I'm just going to try to like, you know, rein it in, you know? So yeah, I don't really drink that much anymore, and it's all personal preference. It affects people in different ways. So yeah, do what works for you. And I would just say, see how you feel, and just do what makes the most sense for your body. The same thing with cannabis. You know, in California, it is recreationally legal now. So that also affects people in different ways as well, and different strains can affect you in different ways, different people in different ways. So, you know, definitely take a look at, you know, all of these questions and really see and ask yourself, like, okay, are one of these questions or a lot of these questions, am I like getting answers as just like, oh no, I haven't been doing that, I haven't been, keeping to an optimum, like, healthy diet, whatever. And that's one thing for like a lot of people too. I know when I'm on the road a lot or if I'm really busy, it's very, I'll just make a big potato. I feel like that's like the food of the lazy entrepreneur. Just throw a big potato in there. But yeah, just make sure that you're taking the time to go through these every day. And if you want to participate in this challenge with me, please, please, please let me know. Post a comment, send me a private message, join the Facebook group at bit.ly, that's bit.ly, bit.ly/fueled by funnels group, fueled by funnels group. So just once though, bit.ly/fueled by funnels group. I'm going to put that link in the comments as well. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any questions you think that should be added, because like I say in all my videos, guys, I'm not making these videos like, oh my God, I'm not making these videos to just sit up here and just talk and just like watch people log on and like watch for a second. That's literally not why I'm making them. And I'm just like still keeping going. I'm like, eventually people will interact. I'm just going to keep making these videos, because the whole reason of me making these videos is not to just sit up here and talk, guys. It's to create a conversation. It's to create a dialogue. It's to maybe like put something out there that might help you in some way. Because I really believe when you take the time to like help others through what you've learned and you're sort of like lifting each other up on that ladder, I really believe that it's just going to make the world a better place. So that's why I'm here, guys. I'm here to help you on your mission, to help you make the world a better place. Yeah, villains need not apply. But yeah, corny jokes all day, guys. I've got them. Just hit me up. But yeah, I digress. I really, really hope, oh, by the way, also, if you felt that this video helped you in some way, or if you know of a friend that's an entrepreneur or a business owner or a coach or a consultant or a solopreneur or a freelancer, and they're really looking to, to kind of grow their business, to kind of, make their dreams a reality. If you know somebody like that in your life, please just take a second, just hit the share button, share it over to them, because if this helps one person, then I feel like I've like done my job by taking the time to record this video. By the way, it's like the third time there's been some technical issues, just got back on the horse. I just recorded the whole thing again. So you might have even watched this a million times by now. I don't know. But yeah, guys, ask yourself these questions, get the blueprint on the Facebook group, comment if it resonates with you. Any of those. Thank you so much, guys. I'm Christina Rose, and I will see you next time. And still live. I can't find the button. There it is. Bye, guys.